Hello, 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 hello. Hello and welcome to another iconic episode of Vegan Steven Music. Today we're going to talk about staying inspired. Excuse me. Jeez, don't know where that came from. Excuse me. So here's some little things you can do. Playing with other people. Can't when you're bored of playing with yourself. There you are. So you'd be amazed how many people just play music or will just fucking have a go. They're probably fucking awful, but you're awful as well, so it's fine. People love singing along. If you learn really simple songs, like going to people's houses and just playing really simple 4-chord songs, having that almost like spiritualness of people singing together and so on and being part of it, that group mentality and having the act of giving. You're like, oh, I'm gonna play this song for everyone because people absolutely love it. So having a performance to look forward to and practice to can give meaning to what you're doing. Watching, so they do this with kids when they're learning. They have kids learn, like, do like 12 exams or something, and it's like, oh, what are you doing today? Right, we're working towards this, having an end goal. That can be one way of doing it. It can cause a lot of resentment about the kid and so on if it's being forced upon them. But a way of making it more enjoyable for you, since kind of a classic way, is just ask around. It's pretty standard. Ask around. Anyone doing a bit of music? You end up finding one lad who plays drums, or at least has a drum. Usually the drummers can't play drums, but they have a drum kit, like it was in their attic or something, or their brother didn't want it and now they're trying to, so, and then you kind of convince someone to buy a bass or something, and then you end up becoming the guitar player, and then one of you has to end up singing because no one else will do it or something. I don't know. Just actually playing with other people is it's a very nice experience. And then you all get together and go like, right, this song's out in the charts, or we're singing this Celine Dion song or something. It adds another layer to the friendship. And what are you doing today? Oh, I'm learning this fucking guitar thing. And I'm not playing guitar this week. I'm looking into piano this week. There's other stuff's fine. So it adds a great sense of community. And some people learn songs for their church and stuff like that. I know there's a certain songs that they learn for the church. People learn songs for weddings, like their friend's wedding, and it's a big kind of, people just love singing, don't they? People like watching music, but what they love even more is joining in. So, clapping and singing, it's mad, absolutely mad. So when you're trying to stay inspired, playing with other people, or at least preparing to play with other people and all that stuff, there you are. So one of the best ways to do it, if you can, just some of the people are, I don't know what we're doing and all this stuff. Y'all get together and you learn, say, right, I'm doing this, we're doing fucking Oasis or some shite. Y'all learn the same song, and you'll be absolutely awful for months. You'll be really, really bad, but you'll have so much fun, and you'll think you're fucking brilliant. You're like, yeah. So yeah, some people play in orchestras and so on. That's fine. It's very good for young lads with testosterone and all this stuff, shouting into a microphone and all this stuff, and then it's like, ladies, look at me, I'm on the stage, and all this ego stuff and coming of age and all that kind of messing. So there you are, showing off, strutting. Watching documentaries, music documentaries and rock films are a very good way of staying inspired, because watch a documentary and like, oh, these lads were just like me, and you can kind of see, relate to their own story and see that it's not that different from where you are. And there's ordinary lads or ladies. Yeah. So performance, aiming towards performance can be a great motivator. Because just aiming to be better at guitar or whatever it is can be a bit like, ugh. So people like setting goals for themselves. Playing with other people, having gigs coming up. Performances. It's very good for the confidence, performing. It's also terrifying. Some ruts you can get stuck in is listening to the same band all the time. So ideally you'd keep listening to different music, like there you are. Discovering new bands, listening to. There's one thing playing music, there's another thing like actively listening to new different bands and learning little riffs from your favourite bands. And if you're only starting out or something, you're probably just better off just playing single riffs than learning the whole song. It's a lot more fun, isn't it? And so on. The rest of that song, one's like all these ones, and so on. The lead lines on your instrument, piano or whatever, it's just a lot of fun, isn't it? And you can just all these just play that fucking 10 hours on loop, jamming. Yeah, it's very spiritual. It's very good, the whole music thing. It's like going to a gig, but fucking hell, yeah. Going to gigs, all that stuff, yeah. Apparently in Ireland and some countries, people just get together they're awful. They get together and just fucking play for years, and they just fucking keep playing and all the rest of it. Apparently in other countries, apparently in other countries like Spain and stuff, they don't. They get really fucking good at their own instrument, but then they get snobby and won't play with anyone else because they're like, oh, I'm too good, and so on. So, no, what I'm trying to say is collaborate with other people. There you are. Playing along with CDs, it's brilliant. You gotta try it. Playing along with CDs and live gigs, you can watch the big thing and like, hello London, and then you're there playing along with the CD and jumping around your room and stuff. It's bloody brilliant. It's just singing along to all the lyrics and stuff can be a lot more instant than learning the guitar parts and so on, and the piano parts. Staying inspired. Constantly listen to. A lot of it has to do with just getting stuck in a rut. So watching the same movies and same stuff all the time, hanging around with the same people all the time, eating the same food all the time, and then you just end up doing everything all the time. It ends up boring. So when you start eating spicy food and start traveling or something, you might be getting more exotic music. And yeah, for me, I'm quite lazy, so I'll like watch films or documentaries or something with music on it. Because it's sometimes a bit easier to have the visual thing there going along with it. So yeah, there you are. Dancing's good. Dancing's very good. It's mad when you discover some bands. You're like, how did I ever live without these bands? Like the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Boyzone, Westlife. Boys to Men. You'll jump into a band and get obsessed with them and start listening to everything they've ever done, watch all their fucking interviews and all this stuff. And then what people do is they'll only play like that one band. But it's like only eating chips or something, isn't it? You know, the variety, spice of life and all that stuff. Rock documentaries, flipping brilliant. Going to gigs, brilliant. My personal trick for playing when I get bored is I switch genre. So if I'm playing blues for ages, I switch to reggae or something. My favourite thing to do personally that keeps me going, like a lot of people that play guitar or something, they play drums for fucking 4 years and they're like, oh yeah, brilliant, and then they lose all interest because they're like, oh yeah. I tend to cheat my internal body by switching instrument every few years. So I'll play guitar for like 3 years, I don't know, a year, and then I'll go, oh, I don't like guitar anymore, and then I'll start playing piano for a year, and then, oh, I don't like piano anymore, then I'll start playing drums for a year, like, oh, I'm sick of this, then I'll start learning vocals, and then, oh, I'm sick of this, then I'll go back to guitar and go, oh yeah, this is good again, I like this. And it's mad, because the more you get better at each other instrument, it adds to your overall skills. And if you get really good at drums, your guitar playing is gonna get better. If you get really good at guitar, your drumming's gonna become more musical and phrasey and all sorts of stuff. It's mad, and you can really see how everything comes together. It's like it's having a whole different perspective on the one thing. Like if you're learning a song on guitar, you're like, grand. If you learn the same song and vocals, you're like, oh geez, how do these sync up? This feels very weird, and it feels out of sync, and oh, what's going on here? And then when you learn the bass part, you're like, oh Jesus, this is a whole other different song altogether. And then you learn the drum part, and you're like, oh jeez. You start seeing the song for completely different perspectives, and understanding why other musicians made those choices that they did, and often it just has to do with whatever's right in front of you. There you are. Stay inspired. So changing instruments, changing people, playing with different people. Listen to different styles of music if you can. Stuff like singing along and even just tapping your hands along to music is fine, is good. Like just always just be in that flow. I guess really just join in. Anytime you're hearing music, just tap along if you can. But yeah, to me, I'm kind of an all in or all out kind of lad, so I'd nearly quit guitar for like a year and then start playing keyboards like all day and stuff. That's just me, because I end up going to such a layer, I end up getting so deep and so perfectionist and so on. I end up losing perspective on why I'm playing guitar, and it's not to get to play loads of notes really fast. It's to express emotion, because yeah, you sometimes you get tunnel vision. You forget why you were learning guitar in the first place, and then you start dancing along to the music, and you're like, oh, this is why I'm doing it, or you start dancing along with a partner or whatever you're into. So yeah, and then my personal favourite thing to do at the moment is I try to sing backing vocals that aren't there, which is pretty funny, because people look at you being like, oh jeez, Vegan Stephen can't sing anymore, he lost his voice. He's singing all the wrong notes, but in fact I'm singing improvised harmony, so that would be backing vocals. And then some other stuff you can get into is tapping different rhythms on top of the music that's right there, so you'd be tapping triplets the whole way through a song that's straight four on the floor or something. So you can do that just while sitting on the bus or just going for a walk. So it's really keeping stuff, finding comfort in being uncomfortable, and keeping the spontaneity, because it can, when you end up going for perfectionism, yeah, it does, I don't know, it's important and stuff, but all the fun goes out of it when you're like, if you hit a wrong note, you start feeling guilty and all this weird shit. It's just getting and you start getting all tense and all that, all the fun goes out of it. So yeah, like I said, what I like to do is take up a different instrument or something, even if it's just egg shaker, or I used to do a thing. I have to be careful with how I phrase this, but I used to have a lot of gigs, kind of, And what do I mean by this? Sometimes in preparing for a gig, you get so annoyed and frustrated with the part that you've been practicing all day and every day, because it doesn't mean anything to you. You've just been rehearsing it and you're like a robot. When it actually came to the gig, I used to sing. I'm a tenor, so I used to sing the bass part at the gig, just so I'd have some excitement, to make it interesting for myself. Because I used to just be so bored, just singing the same part over and over and over and over again. So mixing it up. There you are. I don't know, keeping stuff interesting for yourself, like something that always works well for me is borrowing a friend's guitar pedal or playing a different guitar effect. If you're playing guitar and you just put reverb on it, it sounds completely different. It's just playing a distortion pedal just makes everything sound completely different, and it's a whole other different instrument. The different textures you get out of it, like, it's mental, absolutely crazy. Just one guitar pedal, like, it's fucking wild. One of the best things you can do, or whatever, one of the most fun things you can do is have a fuzz pedal. It's a drum machine. Just scream your head off and have a fuzz pedal, like just as a starter guitar, and anything that comes out of a starter guitar just sounds class. And the drum machine keeps you in time, so it sounds like a big fucking rock arena. It's just like a one-man band thing. I don't know, that might be a bit advanced, but it's all just down to letting it all out, letting the flow out, letting the emotion out. Stay inspired, watching music films, rock documentaries. I guess, yeah, trying to keep it fun. Documentaries. So you might go from singing squeaky clean to singing with like a distorted voice, or just only singing rap for like a few months, or even a day or something. It's just so much fun, and it adds. Then if you're rapping for ages, then your vocal lines, your more melodic vocal lines become more rhythmic, and it's just good. Like, adds a whole different thing. Each instrument has its own benefits. Like, if you learn drums, you'll start to become more about groove, and you'll start to listen to the subtleties of playing slightly before and after the beat, and playing with time itself, which is just mind-blowing when you think about borrowing time and then having to speed it up, and it's flipping brilliant. And the actual physicality of playing such, like the drums, because it's such a physical thing, as opposed to the guitars and stuff is physical, but it's more like tick 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 tick. It's a much more subtle move, and it's more with the ears than with the bass. Much more physical thing. Sorry, drums. And same with singing. As opposed to, it's a whole much more kind of spiritually thing. You really feel a lot more when you're singing, as opposed to playing an instrument. Yeah, singing something else. It's very very good, very good. Stands with music. Set a schedule. So here's stay inspired on the internet. Believe you can do it. Accomplish. Be yourself and make it music. Explore new possibilities. Listen to what's out there. Set a schedule. Yeah. This kind of, yeah. It's sometimes we can freak ourselves out, and there's certain times of the day that I record music. I try to record music every day, and I don't always feel like it, but I'm like, right, I'll just go in for 5 minutes, set up all the gear, and then even if I'm tried it for a few minutes, there's nothing coming out, sure, I gave it a go. Rather than sitting there and be like, oh, there's no point, oh, I'm no good and all this stuff. Loads of people started instruments really late in life and so on. It's grand. A lot of people just they get to a certain level with music, and then they just kind of, it's like, degrade. They kind of stay at the same level. So they get really good when they're young, and then they just kind of plateau. They stay at the same level. And they might be touring all over the world and stuff, but their music level doesn't go up much higher. So there's room if you just keep progressing, keep twisting. Oh yeah. My personal thing for staying motivated is creating. I love this. I used to get really frustrated that I couldn't play all these songs that flipping were on the radio. They're so cool and so complicated, all these guitar things, and I couldn't pick out, oh, is that a guitar or a bass or a keyboard or a trump? I don't really know which, but I can't understand. So I used to just love making up songs all the time, and even though I wouldn't know how to play my instrument, like I just used the white keys on the piano, or else only the black keys, or else I'd only use open strings on the guitar and so on. Or if I knew two chords, I'd make up a song with only the 2 chords. And I just found that a great way of expressing different feelings that you have, like negativity or something. So here's just E minor and A. That's not too bad. And then you just start going on, like things that's annoying you, stuff getting all the rest of it. And you can do all sorts of things where just pick the notes individually. Sounds like palm muted. It's the same chords, like you can get all these different feelings out of it playing it. Yeah, it's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Staying inspired. So just like getting a new pedal or a new sound effect, another thing, there's a big psychological difference. Anytime I get new strings, I end up writing a new song as well. Some people get it when anytime they get a new guitar, they write a new song, which is a bit expensive. But for me, buying a new set of strings will do, or trying a new guitar pedal, or singing to different backing tracks, sing along to classical music, like singing, like rapping over hip hop music, just mashing up stuff, just blows your mind. But yeah, just making up little songs, using whatever you can, and then it has a great sense of accomplishment. You'd be like, oh man, I wrote this song, man. It's like, oh no way, let's hear it. I'm stuck in with the coronavirus. Some days I feel like some word that rhymes with virus. Don't say virus anymore. Feeling lots of emotions, trying to feel inspired about the coronavirus. Yeah, it can just add, it's like, wow, I created something, I made something, and you can just have a bit whatever you want, like, it's just so good, like, yeah, dude, whatever you're feeling, because, yeah, fucking, it's very, very good. And you can also put poetry to music, like you'd have all your words, like, I lost all the jigsaw pieces, I can't find the jigsaw pieces I'm missing. This is a song I wrote about jigsaws. I only know 2 chords, but that's all I need to get up to speed and stay inspired. Keep from getting mentally tired. get the idea. Just, you know one chord, you only know two chords. That's all you need, just fucking play it. And then you start singing with your friends. I'm sick of being on the dole, I want a job that pays well. Whatever you're into. That's how a lot of old songs start. Lads only knew two chords and you just sing about whatever's going on. That I don't like my boss, I've been stuck in my job for a while, and so on. Yeah, that's my personal one anyway. Songwriting. That's what always got me through. You can always stick on whatever genre, you always change it on, oh, speed it up. Oh, I'm sick of my boss. Just whatever. Alright, have a great day. Stay inspired. It's don't be hard on yourself. You won't always feel like it some days. But you gotta, if you can, try for a few minutes. And the thing is, once you have it in your hand, you won't want to put it down, which is the fucking weird thing. Yeah, it's very, very, very good. It's free therapy, free counselling, free bonding with other humans, all the things. Have a great day. Stay inspired. Put your favourite way to stay inspired below. Help us out. All that. Vegan Steven Podcast. Make sure you subscribe. iTunes. Vegan Steven music everywhere. All the best.